After about 40 hours of blood, sweat and tears, I have finally managed to finish my recent big painting, this one standing next to me. Before I show you the end result, I would like to show you the process of painting, of sketching everything, just to show you what comes with this end result. These estimates of how much time it did take me to paint this whole painting, they are based on how much footage I got. I got a lot of footage out of this. Hi, I am Krum and I present to you process of painting this painting. Enjoy! As you can see, the canvas is so big it doesn't even fit into the camera. It is 100 centimeters by 70 centimeters. And today is the part when I will start the sketch and the underpainting. I don't have an easel big enough and stable enough for this kind of canvas, so I have this small table easel, but I think it's good enough. This isn't my first painting that big, so I will be starting with toning my canvas. Top 10 poser moments. Okay, I have toned the canvas. In that phase I want a lot of transparency. I want to be able to do something like this. This is very nice. We are jumping right now into the sketch. And because this is a big canvas, I will use a ruler that will help me to divide it into even pieces and place a marker where the middle is. So, hello, this is the universe where I am no longer sick. The measurements that I am talking about, they need to be precise enough for me to accurately measure the center. And also I place 1/3 on the canvas, but I don't put too much thought into it being 100% precise. But you know, the ruler, if it moves around a little bit, I don't care then. It needs to be kinda alright. Maybe I will put more thought into it in the future, because I feel like the composition is very important, and even a little shift from the center can put off a whole vibe of your painting. So I feel like this needs to be done right, but as I am saying, I am doing it kinda right. We don't have much time to waste, and as you can see, I am moving on to painting the sky. And for some reason I began to paint the sky with the smallest brush imaginable, and this took me a while before I decided to switch this brush. The reason why I did this is, I think, because my bigger brushes are not cleaned properly and they get very dry and they aren't soft anymore, so it is hard for me to paint and blend with big brushes that I didn't clean properly. But as you just saw, I switched to one of the biggest brushes that are usable, and I made some progress in small amount of time. So this is what I would recommend if you are a beginner. Use the biggest brush that you have, and it will save you a lot of time. And it is not very good also to focus on the details at first. You need to have some blocks of color made in order to set the vibe for whole painting and the composition. These clouds were very nice to paint, but they were kind of annoying to finish. So I already can see, after I have done the painting, that I could have go back to them with another layer of details. just in order for them to be more realistic, but I have left them because they are in the background and I didn't want to overdo them, and also I was kind of tired, you know, from painting this for God knows how much hours. And now I am moving on to the mountain. Mountain was straightforward. I don't know if it took me more than 40 minutes. So I'm adding just some details and just painting some plain snow just to place and set the tone for the color. And now back to real me. I am working on this canvas and progress is so far going nicely and faster than I expected. This is how much I did in just few sittings. I got most of the background done. It needs some refining to do. The snow isn't snowing yet, so I will need to work on that. And I will work on these two characters. I thought that, you know, maybe instead of working on it on a few sittings that lasts for about 2 hours, I can just log in for as much time as I can and we will see how much work can I do in just one day. This painting is quite satisfying and easy to paint. So far it is going very smoothly, as if something is guiding my hand and my brush. And it is right now about 1 p.m. and what I am kind of scared of is this part of the painting. This is some dude and he has branches that are coming off his back, so I will need to paint them over this cloud. This will be stressful because I need to do them right, or else I will need to repaint background. I have the bigger branches mapped out, so I just need to do some smaller branches. So I think that we will start from this woman here. First thing that I need to do is mix some shade. Sorry, I need to wash my hand because in my previous tutorial I said that it is not very good to have paint on your bare skin, and then what I do is have paint on my bare skin. I will be starting from the dress. If you ask me why didn't I mix a whole lot of shades to have it ready when I will need them, I don't know. So as I am moving on to painting the characters, which are the heart of this painting, you might be wondering what this painting is even about. And this is a good question, like what is the meaning of this painting that you are looking at, because there are some symbols, some code that is written into this painting, so how do I decipher that? So obviously, as you can see, the woman here is in black and she has a black veil over her head. This is kind of hard for me to talk about because this is very personal. It represents grief. I have lost someone important recently, but I do want to keep this video kind of light-hearted. And just to show the process of how I was painting, and I am thinking about putting this story of this painting into a different video, because also, as you can see, I'm kind of joking here around, because when I am painting, I kind of separate myself from these pictures that I am painting. So, even if the vision and the sketch comes from place that was very emotional, I kind of put my emotions into this painting and I come out of it calmer, I would say. So you can also say that painting some things can be costly in terms of emotions to me. When I have finished this painting, I have felt such a relief that I am done with this, not because I struggled with painting this. In fact, I quite liked the process of painting this whole painting. Okay, so it is almost 3 p.m. and I have encountered a problem, and that problem is my lack of skill in painting hands and feet. I have struggled here with anatomy, and this I would rather do not make a comment on it. We will get back to it, and also I will need to wait for the face to dry and I will paint veil. I am content with the way material looks right now. I am debating whether to paint robe of this guy blue or red. We will see how I will decide to paint this. When I was done and I was putting my signature, I have felt that I have managed to overcome something, and I left a lot of my heart in this painting. So yeah, going back to more unserious stuff, you can see now that the robe was painted red, but spoiler alert, I have painted this shirt underneath blue. So I have painted it both red and blue. And the robe was also nice to paint, although I didn't have real life reference. I have found some illustration of some saint and he had robes like this, and he had the same colors of this robe, and the reference was the illustration, so I had to add some of my imagination to some parts to make it more realistic. But overall I like how it turned out. And in a few moments I think we will go to painting this I don't want to say abomination this Lovecraftian Eldritch horror with these branches. Sorry, I will be saying branches a lot at some point. here I am going back to this hand. It, as I said before, it has been a lot of trouble for me, and overall hands and feet are a lot of trouble for me. Not in real life, but in terms of painting. In real life I like having hands and feet. They are quite useful. So maybe I shouldn't say that they have been trouble for me. And now I am moving on to this the veil, and I was stressing out about it because I didn't want to put too much black here. Also, I had a few encounters with glazing up to this point, but I kind of still am just like a child in the dark in terms of glazing. So I was just pretending that I know what I am doing. Because yeah, I had black, but you are not really supposed to glaze with black. Also, the black that I had is 100% opaque. And these were even worse than hands. Feet, for me, they are like when you say one word too much and it loses all sense. So this is how I see feet. Like I cannot grasp these shapes. I remember that I had similar problem when I was drawing portraits and I had to draw a nose. I didn't know how am I supposed to draw this, like I didn't understand the 3D shape of a nose. Now I do, but feet are higher level. Okay, so this session was very productive, I think. I was painting for about, I think, 6 hours, with breaks, of course. I needed to eat and drink something, but as you just saw, I have painted a lot during that few hours. And this is the next day. I'm just going over this rope. And this was very satisfying part. I was detailing this guy just in order to make his face a bit more tree trunk. And this was a spontaneous moment when I decided that from his eyes there will be like black liquid, and I think that added more to emotional baggage of this whole painting. Because what I wanted to do with this character, this like Eldritch horror, I didn't want to make it very scary, but like kind of neutral. Like he is there to show me something, but he is not the cause of this. So I wanted to make him like a messenger of bad news. I will be yapping in a second about these branches, so if you are allergic to word branches, skip this part. So I am doing the branches right now, and I need to think about my decisions because it will be tedious to repaint the sky if I decide that the branch isn't accurate or something like that. And also I don't want to overdo that branches, which means I don't want to have them too many here, because then the focus of the painting will shift from the center to these branches. So I am just standing here and wondering how I should do this, and also I don't have any photo of how I sketch out the first version, because I painted the sky over most of these branches, but I remember that the first version was too much. I looked at this and thought that there's too much branches. Right now what I am doing is I'm just freestyling. I made like symmetrical one here, and I am thinking of adding just few more and a lot of smaller, and making them bend for the light to shape these branches. Also, I don't know if you saw my other paintings. If not, then I would recommend to check it out, because this character, this guy, this tree guy with branches coming off his back, it is not the first time that I am painting it. It is in fact, I think, third time that I am painting him, and I think this comes off as a nice evolution of my vision of this character. I think in terms of painting he is done the best here. No, I think this is the second time that I am painting it. I also have other character that I didn't paint for a long time, but I think I put him in about 4 or 5 paintings, so I have some recurring characters in my paintings, so you might say that I am some kind of a world builder or whatever. I am not. I don't think about it too much, so don't credit me on being some kind of a lore expert. all of this that you just saw, we are slowly coming to an end. I was of course making some adjustments, repainting some minor things. At this point I was feeling that I am nearing towards end. So here you can see me just adding some details, and I think the snow was most annoying to paint, and I am kind of not content with the way it came out. I didn't have nice reference photos, so I was just freestyling, but I didn't have much experience in painting snow. And also, as I just said, I was feeling that I am at the end, so I just wanted to finish this painting, and I didn't want to like sit for about next 5 hours making this snow. So I just said, fuck it, I am putting my signature and this will be it for now. So that is the end result. I hope you enjoyed me painting it and explaining. If you liked the video, you can leave a thumbs up and subscribe even. And I think for this video this will be it. It was kind of a longer one. See you!